Hi, I'm Lisa Thibodeau, and this is going to be a little Facebook 101. So there's many different things to recognize and know about Facebook. First of all, updates are happening every day. They change features, they change algorithms, so some of these could change. But basically, I'm just going to give you a basic run through of Facebook. The other thing to remember is that the Facebook app on your phone is different than the Facebook app on an iPad, and it's different than it is on a laptop. So those things you have to keep in mind as well. Another tip that I want to tell you about Facebook is they're never going to charge, and even if they would, by posting anything on it that would say you want it to be private or anything, all of that, those are scams. Those are scams for hackers to get your information. So don't do that, okay? If you are ever concerned or wondering if something is true, you can check Snopes.com. Put in what it is and they will tell you if it is true, if there's any truth at all to it, or if it's false. But 99.9% of the time, anytime they tell you forward this, paste this, anytime they do that, it's going to be a scam of some kind. If you forward it, they get control of your friends and then they forward, and that's the way that they do it. So don't do that, okay? If you post something and you want to post it. You should never have to tell someone to forward it or copy it and paste it. If someone wants to, they will, okay? All right, so now I'm going to look at my Facebook app and show you a couple of things of how to get around and how to set your notifications and how to make sure you see what you want to see, because many people are mistaken and think that when you scroll through your feed you're seeing the most recent post. That's not the case. If you look, sometimes it might be 3 or 4 days old. That's very frustrating when I see something about, someone, the other day I saw, who wants to go out tonight? And it was like 2 days old. Facebook also decides which of your friends' posts you're going to see. And they do that based on whether you like the post, whether you comment on the post, how much time you spend on the post. If it's something that should take a little while to read and you just scroll through, they're going to say, oh, she doesn't want to see that person's post. So that's important to remember. If all of a sudden you realize that, hey, I used to see someone's post and now I'm not seeing it. Facebook is watching how you're using Facebook. And it is called Facebook. So they want you to read. They want you to look at it and read the comments. They don't want you to just scroll through. Now let's look at the app. Okay, let's look at it. You will see at the bottom here, you see news feed. I have requests for if anyone is friend requested me, a marketplace, notifications, and the 3 lines that say more. My suggestion to you is, instead of just going to your feed and scrolling through and trying to find something, I would go to my notifications. This is what I do first. I go to notifications and it'll show you who liked your post, if they commented, if they posted something in a group, they added a photo or anything. This allows you to go where you want to go. And if you have set notifications, this is usually going to be for people that you have either said you want to see them first, or for groups that you have set your notifications for. That means you're going to see what you want to see. When you just go on your feed, you're going to be seeing what Facebook wants you to see and not what you necessarily want to see. So this little part here, notification, is really important. But you have to make sure that you set those notifications for what you want to see. So how do you do that? If you look at this more, the 3 lines, a whole bunch of things come up. Your friends, events, groups, on this day. This is a really cool feature because it shows you what you posted on this day in the past years. I love that as a memory. Fundraisers, jobs, there's so much on here. When you save a link, you're going to see that there, and you could look for links at any time. So there's all kind of things. This is also where you can find your privacy shortcuts and your settings. I use this a lot to go to my groups. So I hit my groups and then I have certain groups, okay? So for instance, I have a group called Boosting Beauty and Confidence Daily, and I talk about things daily on that. Now, how do you set your notifications? You go to more. Now on a phone and a laptop, it might be a little different. It might be 3 dots. It might be the I. It might be just group info. But you're going to get to your group info, and there's all kinds of stuff about it. And notice here, edit notification settings. So when you hit on that, you're going to want it to be all posts. Okay? If it's off, you're not going to get notifications. And then a push notification, I like to do highlights. Okay? Another thing for deciding who, let me go back to the news feed. Okay, say, let me look. Okay, this is one of my former students. When I go to her page and I click more, I can add her to a group. I can unfollow her. I can see our friendship when we started. I can post on her page. Hopefully I don't want to block or report her. And notice it shows me she's my friend. It shows me that I'm following her. Now when you click on following, let's see if this will work, you will see a little thing comes up like this on an iPad, and on a phone I think it comes up on the side. I can unfollow her, I can use the default, or I can put see first. So your family members are the ones that you want to see first. You're going to want to click on there to see first. When you have the default, that means it's going to be based on the algorithm. That's going to be based on whether you and that person converse back and forth and how much time you spend on their posts. Okay, so they only let you do see first for maybe 20, 25 people. So pick the ones that you know are your best friends, your family, your mom, that you're going to want to see the post for. Okay. So I'm going back to the news feed and let you know that, let's see what else I want to show you. I'm going to show you on the more. On the more, I want to show you, oh, I was in groups. Your events, okay? Remember I went to groups here. You can go to events. It has any events that you have been invited to. And then you can say whether you're going, maybe, or you can't go. All right? And if you're not sure, at least click maybe on those events, okay? Then it shows you whose birthday it is today. And then it has a little place that you could actually send them a birthday message. So that can be very, very helpful as well. So this more has just so many things. Like I said, look at the on this day. It'll show what you posted each day from all the past years. I love looking at those memories every day. Excuse me. And another one that I said I use a lot is my saved. There's many times when you might be scrolling, you might see something, and maybe you either want to save it, you want to see it again, or you don't have time to watch it, and you're like, see, this is us on Saturday Night Live. I haven't had the time to watch that yet, but I want to make sure I do watch it. So I saved it. How do you save something? Let's go back to your news feed and I'll show you. So say I like this single dad laughing. There's a lot of funny memes, and say I really like these. I go to the 3 little dots at the top and save the link. And you click that, then it'll be there, okay? Now, this is another thing to remember. When you hit these 3 little dots on each post, you could hide the post. So maybe you start seeing things, you're like, man, I'm showing these posts about whatever, and I don't really want to see it. You could hide it. I could say, I'm tired of seeing this guy, so I'm going to snooze him for 30 days. And for 30 days, you won't see it. or I can say I don't want to see him first anymore, because you see how he has a little star there that shows that I want to see him first. Okay, here's a Bricata photography. So I can save that post, I can snooze them, I can unfollow them more, I can give feedback on the post, or I can turn on notifications. That means a post that maybe I put something on, or I like to see what everybody says, that means I will make sure I get notifications anytime someone comments on this particular post. If you're on a post like that, then it might tell you and give you the option to turn off notifications. So that might be something you want to know as well. So a lot of times, remember that those three little dots, whether they're here or in a group, or these three lines, those give you a lot of extra things to do. Say you did tell that person, you went on your events, you said happy birthday, then a whole bunch of people start saying happy birthday, happy birthday, happy happens, then you may want to turn that post notifications off. You're glad that you said happy birthday, but you don't need to have a notification every time someone tells the person happy birthday. Okay? So, as I said, play around with it. Make sure that you understand and know whenever you're in a group or invited to an event, you should always set your notifications, because I'll tell you that many times I've been in something. My niece just had a party for these great shirts that I love, and the party was 4 days old before I even saw a post, and I didn't even realize it. And I was like, oh my goodness, and I do comment a lot on her things. So it is important, so I went and changed and did see first. So remember your see first, remember turning on and off notifications, remember to not post anything that is either too good to be true, like someone's giving away $1 million, or saying if you post this, something's gonna happen. Legally, there's nothing that can happen and that Facebook could say, oh, I can't charge you anymore just because you posted this. And what happens is those come around like every couple of months, and then everybody does it again. There's one in Messenger where they're asking you to forward this to everybody in your Messenger, so to tell them not to accept a friend request from the name changes, whatever, because he is a hacker or she is a hacker. Guys, don't do that, okay? They're trying to get into your Messenger, into your data. You don't want to do that. Another thing, be careful when you're filling out questionnaires and surveys. I love to do that. I love to read them. But notice what the questions are. If they ask your birthday, if they ask your mama's maiden name, okay, those are things that a lot of times, those are the things that people use for passwords. So for a while they had something that said, oh, say all the places you've lived and your mama's maiden name. Hello, all of those things can be used to get into someone's account. So just be careful if they're asking you for your favorite color and things like that. And that is also why you should never use those types of things for your passwords. You should have a weird password or something nobody else knows that could ever guess. A lot of times, one more tip, say you like a certain quote, okay? So maybe your favorite quote is, do unto others. Let's do a short one. That doesn't even make sense, huh? I am so blessed. Let's just say that. And what you do is you use the first letter of each. So you say, I am so blessed, maybe today. I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. And so nobody could think of that, okay? So you just use the first letter. And then another great thing is like maybe I love putting an exclamation point or something. So those are the types of things that can help you. Or if it's, to be or not to be, and then you use to be or not to be, and you do it that way. to be R, the letter R, not to B. And you've got letters and numbers. So when you're doing your password, you don't want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? You don't want it to be password. You don't want it to be your address, your birthday, your dog's name, okay? Think of something that is unique to you that you'll remember, but that nobody else will be able to figure out, okay? I hope that helped you. It's just a short Facebook 101 for you.